Hello everyone, today we will discuss structure of skeletal muscle. So the structure of skeletal muscle majorly formed by the muscle fibers. So the group of muscle fibers is combined to form the fascicle. So the group of fascicles combined to form the muscle. So the previous class discussed the structure of muscle fiber. Today class discuss structure of myofibril. Structure of myofibrils. So the myofibrils presenting on the muscle fiber. Myofibrils is presenting on the myofibrils. So the first one myofibrils. So the myofibrils contain a myofibril contain dark and light bands. So the myofibril contain a dark and light bands. Dark and light bands. The myofibrils contain a dark and light bands. Next one, the myofibril contain a two proteins, two muscle proteins. It contain two proteins, actin and myosin. Actin and myosin. So the two muscle proteins, actin and myosin. See the diagram. So these are the myofibril. So the myofibril contain a dark and light bands. So the dark and light bands. So this red color is the dark band. Dark band. So this blue color is the light band. Dark band and light band. So the dark band and light band. So So these are the myofibril. So the myofibril contain a dark band and light bands. So the dark band and light bands. So they also contain two proteins, actin and myosin. Actin and myosin. First of all, so the light band. First of all, a light band. Light band is also called I band, is also called I band or anisotropic, I band or isotropic band. So the light band is also called as I band or isotropic band, I band or isotropic band. So the I band contain a, so the I band contain protein actin, presenting on the protein actin. The I band contain protein actin and another two regulatory proteins, troponin and tropomyosin. Presenting on the another two regulatory proteins, troponin and tropomyosin, presenting on the light band. Once revised, so the light band is also called as I band or isotropic band, I band or isotropic band. So the I band contain a protein, the protein name is actin. I band contain a protein, the protein name is actin. So actin along with the two regulatory proteins, one is the troponin, another one is the tropomyosin, troponin and tropomyosin, presenting on the light band or I band or isotropic band. Next one, dark band means a thick band. Dark band means thick band. Next one, dark band. Is also called A band or anisotropic band. A band or anisotropic band. The dark band is also called as A band or anisotropic band. A band or anisotropic band. So the A band contain A band contain protein myosin. Protein myosin. So the A band contain a protein myosin. Once revised, so the dark band is also called A band or anisotropic band. A band or anisotropic band. So these band presenting on the protein myosin. These band contain a protein. That protein name is called as myosin. This protein name is called as myosin. So they are the actin and myosin. Next one. So this actin and myosin. Actin and myosin are thick band, and thin band. So they are the alternatively arrangement. Alternately arranged. So this band is called as striated muscle. This muscle is called as striated muscle because of, so they are the one light band, another one dark band, light band, dark band, light band, dark band. So they are the arrangement of the light band, next dark band, light band, dark band, light band. So they are the dark band, next one light band, next one dark, next one light, dark, light, dark, light. So they are the regularly arrangement, one by one arrangement by the light band and dark band. So this muscle is called as striated muscles. This muscle is called as striated muscles. So they are the skeletal muscle is also called as striated muscles. Next one. So the light band or I band light band or I band, thin, less thin, light band thin comparable to the only dark band or A band. So the light band is called as hence light band is called thin band, thin filament. Light band is called as thin filament, dark band is called as thick filament. Dark band is called as thick filament. Dark band is called as thick filament. Light band is called as thin filament. Dark band is called as thin filament. Dark band is called as thin filament. Next one. So the I band, middle of I band. So these are the I band. So they are the I band. These are the A band. Another one, these are the I band. So these are the I band. So these are the A band. So the thick filaments is called as A band, thin filaments is called as I band. So the middle of I band. So these are the middle of I band. Next one, middle of I band presenting on the membrane. So they are the fibrous membrane. Middle of the I band presenting on the fibrous membrane is called as Z line. Is called as middle of I band contain a Z line. Middle of I band is called as Z line. So these are the Z line. So these are called as Z line. Z line because of, so it looks like a, so these are looks like a Z like appearance. So the Z line, because of Z line means, so it is a looks like a Z like appearance. It looks like a Z like appearance. Next one, a middle of A band. Middle of A band contain a membrane. So this membrane is called as thin membrane. Called as M line. Is called as M line. It's called as M line. Middle of thick band is called as M line. Middle of thick band is called as M line. Middle of I band is called as Z line. So these I bands attached to the Z line. So they are the one I band. So they attach into the Z line. So they are the one I band attached to the Z lines. So the I bands are attaching to the Z line. So they are the I band. So they are the A band. Next one, middle of the I band presenting on the Z line. Middle of the thick band presenting on the M line. So the thin band is also called as thin filaments. Thick band is called as thin filaments and thick filaments. Thin means, so light band is called as thin filament. Dark band is called as thick filaments. So the middle of I band contain a Z line. Middle of thick band contain a M line. Middle of A band contain a M line. Middle of I band contain a Z line. So they are the myofibrils. Myofibrils, actin and myosin filaments, dark and light bands. Once revise. So the myofibrils contain a dark and light bands. Myofibrils contain a dark and light bands. So it contain a two proteins, actin and myosin. Myofibril contain a two proteins, actin and myosin. So the light band is called as I band. Light band is also called as I band or isotropic band. I band is also called as isotropic band. So the I band contain a protein actin. I band contain a protein actin. So the actin contain a two regulatory proteins. One is the troponin and tropomyosin. Troponin and tropomyosin. So the dark band is also called as A band or anisotropic band. Dark band is called as A band or anisotropic band. So this band contain a protein. That protein name is called as a myosin. The protein name is called as a myosin. So the actin and myosin. So thick band and thin band. So the actin is relatively thin compared to the myosin. The actin is thin, myosin is thick. So the actin filament, dark band is also called as thin filament. So the light band is called as thin filament. Dark band is called as thick filament. Next one, so the middle of I band. So they are the I band. So the middle of I band contain a Z line. Because Z line means because of this looks like a Z like structures. This structure is the Z like structure. So this band is called as Z band. Next one, middle of A band. Middle of A band contain a M line. Middle of A band contain a M line. So they are the structure of myofibril. Next one, sarcomere. Next one, sarcomere. Next one, sarcomere. Sarcomere. So the sarcomere means the muscle between the two Z lines. Between the two Z lines is called as sarcomere. Between the two Z lines. Between the two Z lines, that place, this is called as sarcomere. Between the two functional Z lines, between the space of two functional Z lines is called as sarcomere. Is called as sarcomere. Between the two successive Z lines, these are called as sarcomere. Between the two Z lines is called as sarcomere. So this sarcomere is the functional unit of muscle contraction. It is a functional unit of muscle contraction. So the sarcomere means, so they are the muscle filaments. So the two successive Z line space is called as sarcomere. The sarcomere is a functional unit of muscle contraction. Functional unit of muscle contraction. Functional unit of the muscle contraction. So in these muscles, so the relatively the dark band and light bands are the alternatively arranged. So the light band, dark band, light band and dark band. Only there is no light band place. Only thick band, presenting only thick band. So in this region only presenting on the thick bands. So this zone is called as H zone. This zone is called as H zone or H line or Hensen's disc. So the only presenting on the thick filament area. Only presenting on the thick filament area. So this area is called as H zone or H line or Hensen's disc or Hensen's disc. So they are the sarcomere. So they are the structure of myofibril.